Hi guys, I'm back. It's been a few days. I've been wanting to do this review on Therapy by Sebastian Fitzek. I've actually finished this a couple days ago. Finished it in like a day. I really love this book. I'm going to go ahead and read you the inside flap. It says, I haven't seen Josie for nearly a year. That was the last statement that Victor heard with any clarity. For a fleeting moment, everything became apparent. Like a dreamer on the cusp of waking, he glimpsed the awful truth. For a fraction of a second, the whole business was laid open. Josie's illness and the pain that had haunted her for the past 11 months. He knew what had happened, knew what had been done to her, and with a lurching stomach, knew they would be after him too. Sooner or later, they would get to him. He knew it with unshakable conviction, but the moment passed and the horrible truth escaped him, disappearing as forlornly as a single drop of water in a flood. Victor raised his hands to his head. The piercing noise was getting closer all the time, agonizing and overwhelming, more than he could bear. It sounded like the shriek of a tortured animal, not a human cry, and it ended sometime later when his mouth eventually closed. No witnesses, no evidence, no body. Star psychologist Victor Lorenz's 12-year-old daughter Josie, who had suffered from an inexplicable illness, has vanished under mysterious circumstances during a visit to her doctor, and the investigation into her disappearance has brought no results. 4 years later, Victor remains a man shattered by this tragedy. He has retreated to a remote vacation cottage on a North Sea island, where a beautiful stranger named Anna Glass pays him a visit. She claims to be a novelist who suffers from an unusual form of schizophrenia. All of the characters she creates for her books become real. While writing her most recent novel, Anna has been tortured by visions of a little girl with an unknown illness who has vanished without a trace, and she asks Dr. Lorenz to treat her. Victor reluctantly begins therapy sessions with the stranger, but very soon these sessions take a dramatic turn as the past is dragged back into the light. What really happened to Josie? Do Anna's delusions describe Josie's last days? And is Lorenz a danger to himself and others? Therapy is an absolutely gripping psychological thriller, an intelligent, fast, and furious read that will stay with you for a long time after you have followed Victor into the depths of his own psyche and have figured out who Anna Glass really is. This is actually Sebastian Fitzek's first thriller. I could not put this book down. I could not put it down. It was, if I didn't have to go to work, oh my gosh. If you guys have been following my videos, then you know that I love books, thrillers, and I love books that have twists. This book, the chapters were short for one, and it seemed like every chapter there was a twist. At the end of every chapter there was a twist. I started to kind of understand what was happening. I've read enough thrillers that I kind of knew, but still in the end, I was still shocked. I didn't expect what happened in the end, so I really like the way it was written, and then the short chapters really help because I do have a short attention span, and if I need to take a break, it's a good stopping off point. Trying to find, for example, like how many pages. Yeah, like 5 pages or something. Yeah, about 5 pages or something the chapters are. It is 292 pages long. The font is about this big. And it is about a guy, he's a therapist, and his daughter disappeared 4 years ago. So he lost it, you know, his career and everything. He didn't give up on her. Now his wife, on the other hand, she felt their daughter was still alive, and that she went on about her life and everything, and he just couldn't, though. He couldn't. So he got a magazine contacted him and wanted to do an interview with him. So he went to one of their cottages they have on this island, so he can be alone and concentrate and everything, and type out the answers to these questions for the interview. And while he was there, someone named Anna Glass came and visited him. Usually he doesn't take patients at his house, and he wasn't taking patients at all. But she convinced him to let her see him, and her story was, like I read, that she was an author, and her characters started to come to life. She started to see her characters in her books. So he was intrigued, and he talked to her, and then he had a private investigator that was working on his daughter's case, and he had called him to do a background check on the lady, and it was just like every time he suspected something or every time he had a question, things just weren't right. The answers just weren't right. Things weren't adding up. And so it just, I don't know if anybody's ever seen The Game with Michael Douglas, which was an excellent movie too, and it's where everybody was in on what was happening to him, and he just started like, it was just crazy. Well, this is kind of like what this book is like everybody's in against this guy, like everybody's in on this plot, like in on this game, like what's going on in that, and the answers that should be true aren't true, and it also reminds me of The Others with Nicole Kidman, where the whole movie you believe one thing's happening until the end when it's completely something different. That's how this book was. I can't really say much because it'll be a bunch of spoilers, because like I said, there's just so many twists and turns in this. You have to read it for yourself. I love this book. Love, love, love this book. Yeah. So I think I might buy it just to have in my library, in my collection. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, unfortunately I can't say too much because I give a lot away. So yeah, so check out Therapy. Excellent book. If you like a book with twists and turns in there, book that makes you think, Therapy. I was going to do a quick mini haul, kind of an update of, because of course I'm still getting books. Books through Goodreads still have been coming. But I think I'm going to do, I have another review to do on Pretty Little Devils, and I think then I'm going to do my mini haul in that and a little update. So thank you again to all my subscribers and to everybody that's watching my videos. And after this one, I'm going to start another one, so look for another one tonight. All right, take care.